So at the beginning of this year, 2019, some of us, and I know that this was my case, would have a really uncomfortable feeling. This was a time of the year that I didn't enjoy. And that was because I was really aware of 365 days behind me that I had spent once more sleeping, wasting time, not finding out who I could become, distracting myself, numbing myself, and buying things that I didn't need. Now, I rarely put that into words, but there would be something uncomfortable would rise to the surface and I'd have to swallow it back down quick. And I think that this happens to nearly all of us. And that little spurt of energy that comes to the surface immediately gets snapped up by different kinds of consumption. Because believe me, marketing knows this. They might have different words for it, but they know that this, at this moment of the year, it's an opening in the human consciousness, and they are there ready to go, hey, that energy for change, pay for a gym membership, buy this new diet book, and so on. And there are people who do go to the gym and they do work out 365 days, and that is an investment in them, and they do transform their health. But we all know that's not the majority of us, because in a lot of ways what happens is that impulse, the fact that we've actually just bought something, we're so used to throwing money at a perceived problem that actually paying for the gym membership is a little bit like, oh, well, you've done something now, you deserve a treat. So we actually we feel good about ourselves because we've taken action. We've spent some money on something that's been offered to us, because we've been trained to be consumers all our lives. And when the money we spend serves us and does us good, it's when we're being creators and not consumers, when we're creating our own experience. So I see the average consumer as somebody surrounded by a circle of competing interests. So speaking as a woman, you've got the beauty and fashion industry, which is giving you a set of expectations to live up to there. This is how you should look. This is the model that you should resemble, who looks like she doesn't eat. So if you want the clothes to look the way that the designer intended, you also need to look like you don't eat. But here comes the food and drink industry encouraging you to treat yourself with 4 chocolate gâteaux and gingerbread lattes and every other kind of sweet delight that they can possibly engineer. So once you've succumb to that temptation, then you're going to turn to your third industry, which is they're going, get fit, be the best you, have rock hard abs, and so on. And then we get to display ourselves like products on places like Instagram, where we can beg for likes through self-display. And it's exhausting, all of this. It's exhausting. And yet, what else is being offered to us by society? Even if we think we're canny enough to look at an individual advert or poster and sort of mentally pull it apart and diffuse it and think, well, that doesn't work for me, we're still bathed in a cultural atmosphere or culturescape where it is normal to go out in your leisure time and buy stuff. So yesterday was the first day of the sales in France. And normally I wouldn't be making this video. I would be out there in the shopping centre in town, shuffling along, lulled by the calming music, being directed this way and that by the persuasion architecture, and that is the name for it, that has been, calculatedly shaped the shopping centre in my city, and I would be going in and buying things. And when I would buy those things, what would be the cost of that? Well, there would be the time, and then if I added up all those clothes that I bought during the year, I could have taken my kids to Scotland to spend time with their family there, for example. So I am going to use this year as a year of cultural deprogramming, not just, okay, I'm going to consume more slowly and more advisedly. I'm actually going to have a real look at everything that's coming in and find out more about how I function and how everything else functions too. Okay, so thanks for listening. I would really like to know what you think about this and what your motivations are for not buying anything in 2019 if you are also on this journey. Thanks for watching.